ooh, 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 ooh. Kickflip. Oh, you didn't see it, but I just crushed that kickflip. That was pretty good. Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Today, I'm sharing with you guys your choices for the 10 most addictive fragrances right now on the market. Fragrances that will draw you and other people in for whiffs time and time again, like a succubus, a fragrance vampire, a fragrance freak, I don't know. Just really addictive scents. Sometimes addictions are not a good thing, but these ones are. That was cheesy. I have your fragrance choices right here, and I'm going to be sharing them with you here in just a moment. If you'd like to be in a future video like this, check out the community tab. There should be a question on there. What fragrance is best for this, that, or the other thing? Leave your answer. Maybe you'll be in a future video. I typically change it once a week. So I've got 10 answers right here, 10 fragrances. We're going to go over these right now. They're going to be linked in the description. Feel free to check them out down there. And we're going to kick things off with one that comes to us from Shardudlish Pandey, 7617. Shardudlish Pandey? I don't know. He says, YSL L'Eau de L'Homme. Simple answer, but a good one. L'Eau de L'Homme definitely works. Really well known for the cardamom that's in here. Big compliment puller. A great date night fragrance, which when you're talking addictive fragrances, probably what you want. Something that's gonna, again, draw people in. You don't want something that's gonna push them away. This definitely won't. And part of the reason for that is the performance is it's so-so. But that can work to your advantage, because if somebody catches a whiff of this, they're gonna be like, what is that? So L'Eau de L'Homme, first choice, and a pretty good one. That just hit me in the worst spot on the thumb. This is TMI, does not matter whatsoever. When I was a really little kid, a wee snapper, what is that called? A wee whippersnapper.
Now listen here, young whippersnapper.
I cut my thumb in a pretty vicious way. So I have a scar that goes around my thumb right here. And if you hit it in a particular spot, it's like you hit your funny bone, except on your thumb. That's what just happened.
Ow, funny bone.
Next up, we have Alejandro Zan. I'm gonna guess that's how that's pronounced. JPG Le Male Elixir. You guys really just going all out with the descriptions this time, so I really appreciate that. That's pretty good. Another great choice here. Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir was my favorite release of the year that it came out in. I think this stuff is just absolutely fantastic, and I like it a little bit more than Le Male Parfum, though that one is also still fantastic. We are getting out of the seasons in which I would wear this, which is on the one hand great, and on the other hand a little bit of a bummer. I do kind of gravitate more toward cool weather fragrances. I love stuff that's like deep and rich and heavy, but at the same time I kind of hate when it's super gloomy and cold outside, so I'm ready for it to heat up. So yeah, Elixir, this one, seal of approval. Both the two fragrances so far, thumbs up. Matt and Urson 30 says Herod. Just Herod. First two guys, they went into too much depth. They said YSL and then the name, and JPG, then the name. He couldn't do the PDM, just straight up Herod. But I will give him a pass because this is yet another great choice. Herod, one of the best fragrances that Parfums de Marly has done. A top-notch, wearable tobacco fragrance in the niche realm. Now there's a lot of niche fragrances that are tobacco that I love that are a little bit more difficult to wear for your average person. I mean, some of them are like photorealistic tobacco. But when you hand that to somebody and you say, hey, check this fragrance out, they'll be like, wow, that smells like tobacco, like straight up tobacco. Why would I want to smell like that though? That's not super pleasant. With Herod, you don't have that issue. With Herod, it smells sexy, it smells good, it smells sweet, it smells wearable, still like tobacco, but it's not something that's gonna scare people off. Perfect jumping off point for somebody starting to get into niche who likes tobacco scents. This is a great one. What do we got next? We have Zankyo X. Zankyo X, is that right? Zankyo Hex. Yeah, maybe that's right. Zankyo Hex. Why am I obsessing over this? Keep sniffing myself with the Zorro's Most Wanted Parfum. Yeah, the Most Wanted, any iteration, pretty safe bet. This one has a really nice, lightly smoky kind of woodiness in here. Still has that sweetness that you find in the original the Most Wanted has a nice ginger pop there as well. Yeah, both iterations of the Most Wanted, I think, easily could be in this list and would make a heck of a lot of sense. Both of them, big compliment pullers, the type of fragrance that I myself find addictive. You know, you just keep going back to them. Seems like they get better with time. The more you smell it, the more you want to smell it. Another great choice, Azzaro, the Most Wanted Parfum. I did not hit my thumb. That is a success. Umpus is up next, and giving us something good, something that I agree with here. Gentleman Reserve Privé. Sprayed it on in the shop and was sniffing the back of my hand all the way home. There's a mistake. You sprayed it on in the shop, you smelled it all the way home, but you didn't get it. You gotta get it, Umpus. That way everybody else can smell it. So Reserve Privé for a lot of people is the top of the line in the Gentleman line, which frankly is just a murderer's row of fragrances as far as designers go. It's like top-notch stuff. I think even the original Gentleman Eau de Toilette, well, the original, it starts to get, okay, the original of the new Gentleman line Eau de Toilette gets overlooked a little bit. It's actually way more solid than sometimes it gets credit for. It is more of like an everyday, you know, everyman kind of fragrance compared to some of the other Gentleman fragrances that have iris forward in them. You know, sometimes those are maybe not quite as easily worn by your average Billy Bo Bob, but yeah, the Eau de Toilette's not too bad. Reserve Privé's better. I'm not saying it's better than this, but it's not too bad. Yeah, this is fantastic, dude. Comes across a little chocolatey, boozy. The iris in here is so nice. Classy, sexy, perfect for an evening out or in when it's cool outside. Reserve Privé is top-notch stuff. So with the first 5 here, you're doing a good job. Aaron Harnahaw, 6898 says, Ombre Leather. That's all right, moving on. Seriously though, Tom Ford Ombre Leather, really, really nice. I've said this a bunch of times, but if you're looking for like that step up in a leather fragrance, but you still want it to be something that you can wear with frequency, then Ombre Leather is a great place to go. It is expensive because it's got Tom Ford quality, but it's not a funky leather. Leather is one of those notes where when you start to go up in price, it does start to get potentially iffy for your average person. So it's one of those things where the more expensive the leather fragrance, you do seem to run a higher likelihood of it taking on animalic facets, whether that's from the leather itself or other notes or accords that are in the fragrance. That can happen because there are some leather fragrances out there that I've tried in the niche realm from both more expensive brands and more affordable niche brands where you smell them and you just go, ooh, whoa, holy God. It either smells like an elephant walked right up above you and just took a dump on you. And I don't think too many people want to roll with that.
Elephant, honey. It's an elephant.
Or sometimes it can be just very earthy. It can be a lot of things. It can be abrasive, very sharp. There's a lot of different leather types out there, but Ombre Leather, smooth, a little bit sweet, classy, sexy. King size 8035 says Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I love Edition Blanche. This is good stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. It's like permanently under the radar to an extent. I mean, as much as a Chanel Allure fragrance can be, I guess. It's not like it's really, truly under the radar, but you know what I'm saying. It's not Bleu de Chanel. It's not Allure Homme Sport. So with this one, it has like a lemon meringue pie, a lemon cream pie, some people would say, note to it. That's gonna be one of the more prominent things in there. Pick it up pretty much right away, lingers for quite a while. And that does make it really addictive because it gives it a different scent profile than most people are accustomed to, but then it still keeps it easily understood. You know, it's not that type of fragrance you really have to wrap your mind around. You hand it to somebody and they'll go, oh, like it's citrus. Smells nice, a little creamy sweet. Really well done, like you would expect from a Chanel. It's a great scent. Really nice change of pace for spring and summer, and drastically different from everything else here so far. It's like date night, warm sweet, warm sweet, warm sweet, warm sweet, warm sweet, warm sweet. Oh, fresh sweet. I mean, maybe some of these you wouldn't say sweet as one of the main descriptors, but they got sweetness to them, right? Next up, we have Soto Rick, who says Carved Oud. This is from Thameen, and this has a similarity to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Really fantastically done, though. You can't just write this off and say, well, you know, basically it's just Oud Wood and then that's that. No, this does its own thing. It's just in that family of fragrances, you could say. Kind of like there are fragrances who smell kind of like Stronger With You, but they do their own thing, so it's not the exact same. That's what this is like when compared to Oud Wood. So you have a number of notes in here. Cardamom you pick up off the top, gives it a really nice warm spiciness that leads you in. You have iris as it dries down, not a huge amount, a little bit in there. You have cypriol, you have additional woody notes as well underneath the oud that's in here. And the oud is not animalic. Once again, easy to wear, easy to wrap your head around, very classy, sophisticated, and elegant. Carved Oud, great choice. Carlos Tomas, 1917, has 3, says Mercedes-Benz Club Black, Dior Homme Intense, and JPG Elixir. I'm gonna go with just Mercedes-Benz Club Black here to keep it an even 10. Although to me, Dior Homme Intense, crazy addictive. That stuff, I kind of lose my faculties around it. That sounds wrong. It sounds like I walk by somebody wearing it, I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? It's not like that. I just really like the way it smells. So Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This one, fantastic. As long as you like vanilla. If you like vanilla. If you don't like vanilla, well, yeah, probably keep it moving, choose something else. And this is one of those fragrances that I've talked about from time to time as being a scent that is occasionally difficult to find. Dropped my tester strip. Sometimes Mercedes-Benz Club Black will be sold out at discounters. It's a little bit worse, I think, maybe like the last couple years or so, but it will be sold out and then people will be trying to sell the bottles for way more than you can typically find them for, you know, trying to scalp people to an extent. And then it will come back in stock at a normal price, and then all is good with the world until it sells out again. Now, I think as of this video, it's pretty readily available, so you don't really have to worry about that right now. And typically with this one, you want to pick it up for like $50 or so, maybe a little bit more. If you can find it for less, then that's gravy, but somewhere in that range. With this one though, as I said, it's all about the vanilla, although there's also great support here from incense, resins, woods, and a touch of citrus as well. Absolutely fantastic fragrance right here. The last one comes to us from Dimitar Dimitrov, 9200, Prolom Intense, and mostly everything with iris in it. You speaking my language here. Yeah, iris. So Prolom Intense, also very difficult to find in the US for quite a while, and has popped up at discounters, not at a fantastic price or anything, but as of this video, you can find it again, which is why I'm including it. 6 months from now, who knows? Right now, you can. Prolom Intense is just absolutely fantastic if you like iris. It has a little leather, not too much. It's just adding a bit of darkness to the fragrance, more body to it. Helps take a little bit of that like soapy, powdery edge off of Prolom with this one. Very elegant. Really would be perfect for an evening out. Spring, fall, winter, I would say. Maybe even summer if it's not crazy hot. It has that Prada elegance to it, that clean aspect to it. I think it's top-notch stuff. Probably the best in the Prolom line, and that's not a shot at any of the other fragrances in the line, because that's a line of fragrances that I very much enjoy, but that is just 10 out of 10. So there we go. These are your fragrances that you find extremely addictive. Pretty much one freshie and a whole bunch of fragrances for fall and winter. I want to thank everybody for submitting their choices. If you want to be in a future video, check out the community tab. Thank you guys. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow. Another fragrance video. See you later. With sharing them with, I need to eat something. Let me get these again. What am I doing? Just make a bunch of goofy, stupid noises when I smell that. Oh, oh.